Good morning, friends. Welcome to Coffee Talk this morning. We're glad you've joined with us. We got our coffee ready to go because we forgot this last time and got to keep it organized. So welcome. Hopefully you're having a wonderful week. Hopefully you're stepping into your summer and just enjoying the place that you live. Man, this is beautiful and it's just so good. And we are going to just do a little review of this last week. And so he is risen.
He's risen indeed.
Yep, and doesn't matter what day it is, that's still the truth.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way that we started this last Sunday as well too, because we looked into Mark 15, where Jesus is alive. Jesus died, and he was buried, and this is where we kind of stepped into this last week. And Jeff, you led us into a couple of things, and you talked about three big things. You want to just review that for us?
Yeah. So, as you said, we looked at the end of chapter 15 and 16, where Jesus, he was seen by the women being buried, or the women saw him die. They saw where he was buried.
And the centurion.
And the centurion.
That blows my mind that he's even kind of named in there too.
Yeah. And Pilate and Joseph of Arimathea. Yeah. I mean, so the three things were confidence, restoration, and courage. And the confidence was because of all those details, that the women saw those three specific things. They saw that he died. Joseph of Arimathea felt his body, knew he was dead. Pilate confirmed his death with the centurion who claimed he was, he saw his death. So he definitely was dead. The women saw where he was buried before, and then they went to where he was buried, and the angel confirmed that this is where he was laid. All those details give us confidence in the resurrected Jesus, right? That who was dead, and therefore he rose again bodily, and his body that was buried was gone, so that was renewed and resurrected. So there's confidence, and then restoration. He called the disciples and Peter, and the fact that he named Peter because Peter would have felt so awful.
And he needed that. Yeah. Man, he had a rough go in that last little bit, get behind me, Satan, and, deny and all that. And,
So his resurrection gives us confidence. It gives us rest. Did I say right? Yeah, his resurrection gives us confidence and restoration. He calls that community that felt so awful, had failed in so many ways. Isn't that us, right? Yeah. We've all failed in so many ways. And so he restores community. He's restoring us to what we're supposed to be, a community that's all around Jesus the King. So restoration, and then courage, the courage to follow me. Back in Mark chapter 8, he said, if you're going to follow me, you need to deny yourself, take up your cross and follow me. That takes courage. Yeah. Courage to face the unknown, to face what we don't understand. And I kind of started this by saying the kingdom of God is an alternate, it's true reality. Yeah. What we're living is an alternate reality, but it's what we feel like is our reality. Yeah. But he's like, I'm the king. This is the eternal kingdom. Get in line, right? Yeah. Get in line with what I'm doing, so we can have courage to step into that, even though it's unknown to us, because of all the resurrection, the confidence and restoration that we had. So, that was kind of the passage on Sunday. Yeah,
and each one of those, it really dives into each one of those situations, and then you even looked at that contrast between Joseph and the women, and how. You know what? It took a lot of courage, even for Joseph, to kind of
go and ask for the body.
And ask for the body and put his reputation on the line, and all those things that we wouldn't necessarily think about. Yeah. And on top of that, I wonder how much it even you kind of left us with a challenge of, okay, these women went away afraid. What do you do now? Right? Because all through Mark, Jesus is kind of asking the question, and that's why that's literally, we're kind of coming to the end. That's literally why we painted on our walls, on the stage, who do you say I am? Yep. If I am the resurrected Jesus, are you able to see me as the resurrected Jesus? So as you go into this difficult situation, or as the women leave the tomb, who do you say I am?
Yep.
Am I the Messiah who is alive? Because that's what that angel said. That the angel told you, right?
Yeah.
Who do you say I am? And there needs to be that sense of courage that leads us forward into that.
Yeah.
And I think we can apply it to ourselves, but you can totally see it in all those little sections of Mark 15, right?
And 16, yeah. Yeah, just that that we can have this confidence in what is. Like, he proved what is, right? I am the king. I'm the king of the kingdom. And just another thing for me that's so beautiful about who Jesus is. I mean, this study of Mark has been so wonderful for me personally. But he went through alone what we couldn't. So he lived the most beautiful life, the perfect life that we couldn't. So he lived to earn the blessing. And then he died the payment, the death we deserve. So he was crushed alone, so that when we feel crushed, we will always have him walking through with us. He went through alone so that we don't have to ever go through alone. We go through, so whatever we face, no matter how devastating it seems, because this is the most devastating thing, like the king is dead, the king of the kingdom is dead, is the most devastating thing. Whatever we face isn't the king of the kingdom being dead. It's maybe our world, what we feel, but we don't have to go through it alone, and we know that there is victory. You know, there's life beyond death because of his life, proven life beyond death. We will have life beyond death as well. So we really don't face anything that we can't have confidence in because of the king. And so we can face it courageously. And the courage, we tend to think, I got to go jump off a mountain, or I got to go fight this battle with this person, but that's not the kind of courage. It's talking about the courage to face our deepest fear, which is dying to self. Like, I can trust him, not me.
It's fear of, or the courage to trust him, right? And
to give him our reputation and give him our rights. Like, whatever right I have is, I don't have inherent rights except what he gives me, so I can trust him with whatever.
Sometimes I wonder if we feel like, because Jesus, went and is seated at the right hand of the Father. Sometimes we forget Jesus is still with us, and in that forgetfulness, I think we feel like we're still in that Sabbath day. That
are we waiting?
Dark Saturday. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. Jesus isn't here. I don't see him. Right? But it's not the truth. The truth is, the next day happened. Jesus is alive. It was proclaimed. It was documented. It was he showed himself over and over and over, and then he said, now trust me, go do the right. And and then reading further, Acts chapter 2, when he sent the Spirit, that's him in us, right? So he sends the Spirit to be in us. So we are living in the resurrection with the hope for completion of it, right? So we are sort of in a Saturday, but it's the Sunday, like we are in that victory, knowing that complete victory is coming. It's kind of like when World War II was over, but different places hadn't really heard that yet or responded yet. Like it's coming. It's just but these are good things, and these are good things to not only reflect on, but even to talk with other people about. And we hope that you are chatting with other people about it. That we realize this life is so much more than what we sometimes see. It's looking at the kingdom of heaven, kind of keeping that in mind, and still taking care of what needs to be done, and bringing along other people alongside you with that it's important, right? So having these conversations with people is good. Don't be afraid of that. I think that's where kind of that courage element kind of comes in for me, of like, no, go have this conversation.
Are we willing to talk with people and listen? I think that's huge. How do we listen well?
And so these are all good. You might know why we're standing here, but we're going to remind you, we're here today. We're at Memorial Park. There's a thing happening over here. There's some kids playing, and that's wonderful. We're glad this is a well-used park. But the reason it's also going to be well-used is because of what's behind us as well, too. You'll see that the stage for some of the music events and concerts happening throughout this whole weekend of Westside Days. That's this whole weekend, starting Friday and then going right through till Sunday. There's lots happening. There's a midway of
rides,
carnivals,
and stuff,
carnivals and games and rides and all kinds of stuff. And we've been to that, and there's some pretty good rides in there. There's usually some pretty good donuts, freshly made donuts, and that's pretty good. So what we want to remind you of is this is what's happening this Sunday. We are not meeting at Lakeview. We are meeting here, and so the service is at 9:30. So you want to come early for that. Part of the reason for that is to kind of beat some of the heat as well, and so we hope that you can kind of just be a part of that. So it's going to be a great morning. A lot of our Westside churches are getting together and are going to celebrate this Sunday morning, and so we want to join with that. There's a couple of different people who are going to be sharing. Jeff is also one of them, and so thanks to Jeff for doing that and being a part of that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Be good.
It's about roughly the same time that we're at filming right now. That is going to be on Sunday. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit cooler. And if it's not, make sure you have like an umbrella, some sunscreen, some water, maybe a lawn chair, and you just come and set up here. If you are needing a ride, you can follow these instructions and meet at the Save On parking lot, and it'll look something like this.
On Sunday, July 9th, we are joining together for a celebration service in the park, and so we encourage you to park nearby and walk to Memorial Park by Johnson Bentley. But, so that anyone can come, we would like to offer a shuttle service for LHBC from the nearby parking lot. The shuttle will be located here at the northwest corner of the parking lot. You can park here in this lot and find our driver who will be ready to take you to your destination. Once you arrive at Memorial Park, there will be a golf cart waiting for you to take you the rest of the way. We encourage you to bring a hat or umbrella, water, and sunscreen. You can even bring a lawn chair if you'd like as well. We look forward to celebrating together as the Church of West Kelowna.
So that's what's going to be happening this Sunday as we meet down here for church. But the whole weekend is going to be kind of a wonderful, wide community event. And Jeff, there's different ways that we can volunteer.
Yeah. So we're still looking for some people to help on Saturday morning with the parade. They just need some people to stand at barricades to tell people the road's closed. Sorry, the parade's coming through. And then there's different things throughout the day too. If you want to drive a golf cart, help people get here and there, then there's ways to do that from 3 all the way till 9. Helping with parking from 10 to 12. We could always use a little bit more. So if you're interested, just let me know at the church. Send us an email or call the church and let me know. You could probably even show up and find me on Saturday, and I'll tell you where to go. But but come and enjoy too.
Is there a meeting location for the volunteers?
I think right over here there is like a volunteer area.
Okay.
So that would be, if you can't find me, where you go and you get a red shirt if you're volunteering. It says Westside Days on it. And
yeah. So if you're able, connect with Jeff, or even just come out and just enjoy some of the weekend. There's lots of stuff going on. And you can go to the Westside Days website as well too, to check out some of the schedule of events. There's lots of stuff happening. So we encourage you to get involved in your community, to be to be a part of who we are. Welcome to West Kelowna. And so blessings on you. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you back here 9:30 Sunday morning.